Are you a travelpreneur who dreams of building a thriving business that gives you more time, financial freedom, and the flexibility to work from anywhere? Then you're in the right place, my friend. This is the Passports, Profits, and Pixie Dust podcast. I'm Lindsay Dollinger, and I've built multiple six-figure businesses while traveling the world, living life on my terms, and helping women entrepreneurs do the same. Whether you're a travel advisor, an online business owner, or someone looking to add more adventure and income to your life, this podcast is here to guide you. Each episode, I'll bring you business strategies that actually work, productivity hacks, branding and marketing expertise, and plenty of pixie dust fun to help you create a business that fuels your passion for both profits and travel. So if you're ready to scale your business, attract more leads, and build a brand that lets you work from anywhere in the world, let's dive in and create and own your magic together. Hey friends, welcome back to the Passport, Profits, and Pixie Dust podcast. I'm Lindsay Dollinger, travel agency owner of At Last I See the World Travel, marketing strategist for travel advisors, and your go-to girl for turning your love of travel into actual income. Today's episode is giving fresh energy, clean slate, main character spring vibes because spring is here. I don't know if you can feel it. I love it. I am not a winter girly, even though I live in the north for some crazy reason. And, just getting off of spring break and feeling like I'm getting back into the swing of things. So we're going to be diving in because your business, if it's like mine, maybe has been feeling a little cluttered or slow in certain areas, and not necessarily in the number of clients coming in, but just in general, things like can seem sticky or just off. Then this episode is going to be for you today. So we're diving into spring cleaning your travel business so you can attract better clients, book more trips, and actually feel more excited about logging into your business again and get some of your time back, right? Get some of your time back, clear your energy, clear your space. So today we're diving into the practical, actual business side of things. I have other episodes about, mindset. Actually, I believe the one right before this maybe was about mindset, but clearing your mindset, getting into good vibes, or maybe two episodes ago, actually, it was about mindset. But anyway, go back and check that one. So this is just pure practical. We're going to talk about what to let go of. We're going to talk about what to clean up. We're going to talk about what to step into this season. So let's get into it. This might be a good one to pen and paper, write it out. But if you're listening to me on your jog or while you're taking a shower or whatever, that's fine too. Just make mental notes to come back to these. So most businesses, and specifically we're talking travel businesses, but even if you're listening to this and you're not a travel business owner, it will apply to you as well. You don't need more strategies, right? You need less clutter because over time you have probably tried the different niches and you've posted the random content, downloaded the templates, downloaded all the courses, signed up for all the things, said yes to every type of client. And now your business maybe feels like your inbox, which maybe feels like your junk drawer, where it's just kind of overwhelming. Things are in different places. We've got a lot of stuff that doesn't even pertain to us or isn't actually going to be moving the needle forward. And it's just distracting us and putting energy and bogging everything down. And spring is the perfect time to reset this because travel season is coming up. We're going to have even more clients out and doing things in the summer. And I don't know about you, but my own personal travel season is also ramping up. So I want everything to be in place for that so that I can have a business that I can step away from and really enjoy my life. People are actively booking right now still, right? They book 365 a year. So people are booking and you can position yourself as the go-to expert. Even if you haven't yet to this point, it's time, friend. Today is the day, but only if your business is clear. So before we add anything new, the first segment of this podcast today, we're going to be talking about clearing the space, clearing the clutter. So out with the old. So let's Marie Kondo your travel business for a second. I want you to ask yourself, what is no longer serving me? What doesn't bring me in bookings? What do I just not love, right? What is clunky? What do I not love? What do I dread? You know what these things are, friends. If I can give you one piece of advice, it is to be hella self-aware. Because when I stopped telling lies to myself about I'll make it work and it works for other people, so it must just be me and all these other things, when I stopped doing that is when I got back so much of my time. I got back more confidence. I got back more time because I was doing things that I knew really served me instead of trying to fit the circle into the square, into the peg, right? So here are some things that might need to go that you might want to consider kind of auditing. The first one is content that's not converting. So if your posts are not bringing in clients, we got to fix that. So if you're posting just the pretty pictures or the random quotes, the generic take me back captions, too much supplier content, maybe you're sharing too many of other people's posts and you're not coming off as the expert, those things might look cute. They might be easy for you, but it's not booking you trips. So let it go and or upgrade it. Shift to storytelling, shift to client-focused content, shift to problem-solving posts. Heck knows that there's a lot going on in the world that we can be doing some problem-solving posts around. And we're going to dive into that one a little bit deeper with like the current things going on in the world in just a second. The second type of post is the iBook for everyone, or I guess not posts, I'm sorry. But the second thing that you might want to reassess is the iBook everything for everyone energy. And this is a big one. Now, can you book everything for everyone? Sure. But if you're trying to advertise booking Disney, cruises, Europe, weddings, flights, hotels, everything, you're confusing your audience. You're getting known for nothing. And remember, clarity equals bookings. So you don't have to say no to money and clients. Like if people reach out to you and you want to take on their flight only packages, great. But that doesn't mean your marketing needs to be focused on those things, right? I never market anything about doing flight only things. And when people reach out to me, then I decide, am I going to take this? Am I not going to? Because we all know that we don't get, commission or very much if we do commission on flight only things. However, it can be good to go ahead and do those if you do them for a fee and then make a good rapport with that person. And hopefully they'll book, other components of that trip with you, or they will book with you on a trip in the future if you provide good service, right? So that one ties very much into like the marketing piece that I was just talking about with the social media. What I have found has been really working for me is kind of focusing my content on a certain sector that I like to focus on. So I've been doing a lot with river cruising because I have that group river cruise open right now. So if you want to join us on a group river cruise, let me know for 2027. So I've been really diving into river cruising like the past probably about 2 months. Actually, maybe a little bit longer, but probably about 2 months. Before that, I was really diving heavy into ocean cruising. Before that, like a few months before that, I was really diving heavy into Disney. So again, find a rhythm that works for you, play around with things. I have a friend who she divides it by weeks, and sometimes I do this as well. I did that, I believe in December. I did a week of ocean cruising, a week of river, a week of ocean, a week of river. And then in November, I did one where I spent a week reviewing different Disney hotels. Then I spent a week doing different things with Disney, like parks, I think. So, find different things that work for you. But that is one way you can be on people's radar for things while still booking more than just, one type of trip. But if you want to niche down, girl, you can do that too. The third thing, time wasting tasks. I hate to waste time. I don't have it. You don't either. So be honest with yourself. Are you over designing graphics, spending way too much time in Canva or somewhere else, or even in ChatGPT? Oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but I can get lost in ChatGPT when I'm like starting to like brainstorm and go back and forth. And then I'm like, oh, and it gives you an idea, and then I'll say, well, do you want me to do XYZ with this? Even though I really didn't want to, but then I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. Right. And I can go down a rabbit hole. So limit your time with these tools that we have. Are you rewriting captions 10 times? Are you scrolling instead of selling? Spring clean your time. Along with this, especially when I saw the rewriting captions 10 times, it made me remember to remind you about Smarter Q. If you're not using Smarter Q yet, I highly recommend it. Those myths about if you use a third party to post on Facebook and Instagram have been both Zuckerberg and what's the guy's name for Instagram? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. But anyway, they have both come out and said like you can use third-party apps to schedule your posts. So with Smarter Q, you can go in and put a bunch of graphics, and then you can put one caption. You can use their AI tools in there to create multiple other captions, and then you can schedule those posts to be reposting for you. Give it a try. Use these repurposing tools. It is freaking awesome. And yes, of course, I have an affiliate code. I'll put that down in the show notes for you to get. I think it's a 30-day free trial. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's what it is. And then you get some money off too. Okay, so around with spring cleaning your time, your question to ask yourself with this is, does this directly lead to clients or to visibility, which will lead to clients? If not, automate it, simplify it, delegate it, cut it out. Okay, and then the fourth thing that I want you to consider is those old offers or ideas that you're not excited about. These might also relate to us within the travel industry as like old trips. So if you've been sitting on a group trip you're not promoting, avoiding talking about your services, don't be a silent agent. That is the worst way, or well, I guess I should say the best way if you want to fail is to be a silent agent and not talk about what you do. If you've been hiding from selling and promoting yourself, that energy shows. People book from confidence and clarity, not hesitation. They book from the people who are showing up and they are owning that they are an expert in their field. Are you doing that? And if not, then it's no judgment. It's just time to shift that energy. Okay, so now that we have cleared the space with those 4 things in those 4 areas, so those 4 areas, again, more with your content, with your I book everything for everyone energy, for your time-wasting tasks and your old ideas that you're not excited about anymore, we've cleared that. Let's clean up what stays. The first thing, your social media bio and your profile. If you haven't put a nice picture of you traveling somewhere up yet, that's just you, not your family, in your profile, go do that now. If you haven't changed it in 10 months, go do that now. Let's make this fresh, okay? We're spring cleaning. Can I tell immediately when I go to your profiles, and I say profiles plural because I'm assuming you have a Facebook profile, Instagram, maybe TikTok, maybe other things. Can I tell immediately what you book, who you help, and how you work with you, like how someone can work with you? And if not, let's fix that today. So helping busy, sorry guys, I'm fumbling over my words a little today. Helping busy families plan stress-free Disney and cruise vacations. It could be done for you travel planning. Click below to start. So make sure that your profile is super you, but it also tells what you do. You know, I might throw in there too, like Disney adult, podcast host. So add some extra like flavor to it. Like your profile should not look like anybody else's in the industry. So don't be copy and pasting someone else's profile. Now, let's also clean up your inquiry and booking process. Is it easy? Is it clear? Is it fast? Or are people getting lost? If people are dropping off in this point in the process, you're hurting your sales, right? You're hurting your conversions. So how can we streamline your inquiry form, get only what you really truly need and not the rest right now? How can we streamline your follow-up emails once people have filled out that form? Do they immediately get an email like, hey, your form has been received. I'll be in touch within 24 or 48 business hours, you know, whatever that looks for you. Do you want them to book a call next? What are your call to actions? Because confusions, especially in this point in the process, equals no booking. So we want to make this really, really easy for people. So like on my website, for example, if you go to atlassiseetheworldtravel.com or lindseydollinger.com/travel, I have both of those up now, which is really exciting. I have linked there. Do you want to quote for a river cruise, an ocean cruise, a Disney vacation, another type of trip? Because that's the 4 like main, you know, big types of things that I get booked, and I need to ask different questions for those. So I have that. Now I have heard from a lot of people that the inquiry forms are not the best way to go, that the best way to go is to get people on a call, a discovery call. I don't disagree. And at this point in time, while I'm also working a full-time job, I just do not have time for that. So I do have a question though in my quote request that is, okay, do you want me to go ahead and start working on this and give you, you know, some ideas? Do you want to book a call? Do you want to get on a Zoom? So I do have that on there. So I just, you know my clients' preferences. However, at this one in my business, most people are just saying like, go ahead and get started. Will that change in the future for me? Possibly. But like, you know, I don't have to do everything the same all the time, right? So that is just what's working for me. You got to do what works for you. The third area is your content strategy. We're not posting just to post anymore. Use my Castle framework. Go back and listen to the podcast episode. I think maybe it was in February about the Castle framework, but I'm going to go through the letters again. C is for capture their attention. A for authority. S for story. T for trust. You want them to trust you. L for lead, you're leading them to the next step. And then E is engage, where you're following up with them, you are staying in communication with them, you're engaging with them. Every post should have a purpose. So I want you to think about that before you start, like sit down and make your content plan. Now, let me also say, especially if you're using your personal profile for your business, I want you to also be posting things that are like you personal, whatever. Like I just posted about a thunderstorm we're supposed to get. I posted about my Pilates class this morning and how it sucked. Okay. Like post other things too that make you seem like a human, because you are, to the people on the internet, because those are the ways you're building connections with them. Okay. And then the 4th thing, your offers. So just make it clear what you sell, who you book, how you book, and how to book with you, and talk about it regularly. If people don't know you sell travel, they're not going to book travel with you, end of story. So now for the fun part. Let's step into your next level. So your new energy is going to be your new CEO energy. I don't care if you've said you've had CEO energy in the past. We're bringing up some new CEO glow up energy. We're not posting just to post anymore because you are a travel expert. You're a business owner. You're a booking machine. It is time to act like it. The next thing that we are going to be focusing on in this, let's say this quarter or this season, is consistent, not constant. I keep saying constant, but it's not constant. Consistent visibility. This is your spring glow up era. So I would love to encourage you. You don't have to, as always, take what serves you and then leave the rest. But I would love for you to commit to showing up 4 to 5 times a week, talking about your business and sharing your expertise. Sounds simple, right? Consistency builds trust, and trust builds bookings. Yes, I don't know how many times I have to say that, but a lot. All right, the third area that we are glowing up is better clients. We're done working with the price shoppers, with the ghosters, with the, I'm just looking energy. Let's start attracting. We are manifesting. We're putting out into the universe. We are telling these things to ourselves all the time that we are attracting ready to book clients. We are attracting aligned dream travelers, whatever that looks like for you. And we're attracting people who value your expertise, as they should. And all of that is going to start with your messaging, how you show up. Because if you show up and all you're promoting is the deals, then of course you're going to be attracting the people who are the price shoppers, right? If you're not letting people know how they work with you, what the process looks like, of course you're going to have people ghost you because they're going to get partway through and then be like, this is too much for me, or this isn't enough for me, or whatever. So we have to be really, really clear, because that sort of information, like the more people know, the better decisions they can make in the less time of yours, hopefully, they will waste. And the fourth thing, probably my favorite, is systems. You need systems that support you. I mentioned already SmarterQ. If you don't have a CRM like Turn, I freaking love Turn. It took me a while. I won't lie. It took me a little bit of time because I was a travel joy girl. But the one thing that, I'm just going to go off a little tangent on the side here. Okay, love Travel Joy. I do think it's a little bit easier and like more intuitive for me than Turn. However, the one thing that I don't like that I love that Turn does is Travel Joy, to my knowledge, now someone can correct me, doesn't have a place for clients to agree to the supplier terms and conditions in addition to yours. And in Turn, they do. In Turn, you type in the supplier and it will put the supplier terms and conditions link that you put on there plus yours. And that's huge for me because I want to protect myself the most way possible. So now that I learned that, I'm kind of like Travel Joy said to me, I'm Team Turn. Okay, so anyway, get those systems in place. Along with those systems comes getting your email templates in there, getting a schedule for certain, like the big major trips that you do, having those sorts of things scheduled in there so that you can automate as much as possible. I want you to start thinking as well, depending on where you're at in your business, what do you want to do with your email list? If you don't have an email list, is it time to start an email list this season? Do you have a lead magnet? What's it lead to? Is it actually getting you sales? If not, we get to tweak it. Maybe I actually have a series planned on lead magnets. So let me know if you guys want to hear some more about lead magnets. Follow-up sequences. The follow-up sequences can go after quotes. It can go from lead magnets. It can go from different email listings that you have set up. So time to clean those up if you already have them. And if not, if you're ready for that in your business, I don't want to overwhelm you for sure. That is not the goal here. But if you're ready for those sorts of things, then yeah, let's talk about it. And then content batching. Content batching is something that everyone can do. So I just want to remind you that. And I've shared before, my content system is I have Canva open. I have my Google spreadsheet open. I have ChatGPT open. ChatGPT gives me ideas. I write the captions and I tweak the captions. I put them into my spreadsheet. Then once I have all my captions done for the month, then I go and I create either graphics or reels on Canva. I use a lot of my own pictures that I have taken, my own content in my videos, but I also belong to Rita and Perez's. I always mix up the names of them, but hers is the Cruise Content Library, I believe. Super affordable. I think it's $199 a year. You can get in there river cruises, ocean cruises. She has video clips of a ton of different ships for both options. Actually, the ships, I believe, are just AMA ships. So if you just sell AMA waterways, that would be perfect, which is what I do. So it works really great for me. But if you're like a Viking girl, probably not for you. But I will say, so she has the ships, but then she also has video from the destinations that you stop, the most common destinations. So I think the private islands, that was really helpful for me because I haven't been to all the private islands for the ocean cruises and like the Bahamas and such. And then I also haven't been like on the Rhine River. So I went down through like the Rhine River and I stole a bunch of those videos. I didn't actually steal them. I'm paying for them, right? But I took a bunch of those as well. And I use all that in my content. I do also have a link for that. I think I get you $25 off. So I will try to remember to put that in the show notes as well. But they're all linked on my resources page too, guys. If you go to lindsaydellinger.com/freebies, I have freebies up at the top. Then at the bottom, I have all the resources that I love and use. So that is a system that works really well for me for content batching. But you got to do what works for you again, right? These things, friends, are how you scale without burning out. And we do not want you to burn out. This is the season of clean and fresh energy and getting your ish together. And this is how we get our ish together. So what I want you to take action on after this episode is create your own spring clean your biz challenge. So I want you to pick one from each category, okay? So pick one from remove. So that was the first 4 things that I mentioned like way back at the beginning of this episode. So one thing that's wasting your time or that doesn't feel good. I want you to think of in the clean section. So the second category is clean. Clean up your bio or your booking process. And then the third thing, the thing that we're going to add is one of those 4 that I just mentioned are those visibility or sales actions, which were things to step into our CEO energy, the consistent visibility, better clients, and systems that support you. So one of each of those 3 things. So one from the remove category, one from the clean category, one from the add category, and that's it. Get those things done or make a plan to like get them done, start them, and keep doing them consistently over, let's say, the next month, the next 30 days. And go all in on those and see what happens. See what sort of change you can see in just 30 days. Because I really believe if you're focusing on something from each of those areas and you're really like, not just saying you're going to do it, you're putting in at least 15 minutes a day doing it, you're going to see a big difference. Your next level of your business isn't about doing more. I want to, kind of get that away. It's not about doing more. It's about clarity. It's about alignment. It's about intentional action. So let this be your permission slip to reset, refresh, and step into the version of you who is booking trips that you love consistently. And if you want help with this, whether that's content or systems or actually working your travel business, come hang out with me inside my world. Check out the ways below that we can work together in the show notes. I said below, but below if you're watching this on YouTube, or learn how to join my travel agency. If you're listening to this and you're like, I'm not actually a travel agent yet, but I would love to. And if this episode helped you, please take a screenshot, share it on Instagram, tag me. I love seeing what resonates with you. If you have ideas for episodes or you're like, Lindsay, I'd really love to learn more about this, send me a DM. And if I already have something about it, I will shoot you the link to it. And then if I don't, or if it's been a while and it needs like a refresh, I'll definitely add it to my list of things to record for you. All right, friend, go out there, create and own your magic, and just do amazing things today because you're an awesome person. I know it, or you wouldn't be hanging out with me. And I am rooting for you all the way. Bye, friend.
And that's a wrap on today's episode. I hope you're leaving today inspired, princess, to create, own, and spread your magic to the world. If you found value in this episode or know a girlfriend who needs to hear it, would you screenshot it and send it to her? And if you're feeling really generous, pop it up on your IG stories and tag me at Lindsay Dollinger so I can see you loved it and tell you thank you. I appreciate you. Now let's go do some amazing things. Bye-bye. Hey, fellow Disney lover, are you looking for magical, comfy fashion? Then you need to check out Bella Bling Shop.
Bella Bling's size-inclusive line is perfect for park hopping, princess races, or just adding a bit of everyday magic into your life. Much of the artwork of this comfortable clothing line is hand-drawn unique artwork. I know this because I watch my sister do it. Yes, this is my sister's shop, and she takes so much time and care into everything that she creates. Every single piece is special. So again, whether you are just getting excited, going to the parks, whether you're getting ready to run a race, or whether you just want to add a little bit of Disney fashion into your life, make sure you check out Bella Bling's adorable, comfortable styles. Visit www.bellablingshop.com. You know I'll put that in the show notes for you. And make sure you use code PODCAST, all capital letters, to get 10% off your first order. Tag me when you get it, and I want to see what you decide.